Handa ka na bang pumasok sa mundo ng sports? Kung ready ka na, welcome sa headquarters ng Usapang Sports, Sports Minded. Saksihan ang inspiring, unfiltered moments kasama ang mga paborito mong athletes and sports legends at ang mga secrets to win mula mismo sa mga bigating coaches. Sports Minded. Uplifting stories. Breathtaking adventures. And real-life conversations on and off the court. This is your exclusive access to the celebrities of sports. This is Sports Minded. This is Sports Minded.
Ang bawat tao ay may kanya-kanyang talento. Kaya dapat pagyamanin mo ang talentong pinagkaloob sa'yo, di ba? As the saying goes, walang mahirap sa taong may pangarap. How are you mga kabahagi and kawan? It's a beautiful Saturday na naman and welcome to Sports Minded. I'm Cathy G. Samahan niyo po akong makipagkwentuhan sa ating guest for today, diba? Tara na at sarguhin natin sa loob ng isang oras ang mga hadlang sa ating tagumpay. And we are happy dahil sa eto dalawa sila na makakakwentuhan natin ngayong araw na ito. At para ibahagi sa atin at ikwento ang kanilang galing sa kanilang sports na ginagalawan. Ayan na. At syempre, yung kanilang kinalakihan. Kaya kapit lang kayo mga kabahagit kawan dahil mamaya lang makakasama na natin sila. And papakilala ko na sa inyo. Napapakinggan muna tayong lahat sa Radyo Pilipino and 1FM stations nationwide. Ganon din po sa ating streaming at www.radyopilipino.com, www.1fm.ph. You may also visit Facebook page at YouTube po ng Radyo Pilipino. Ayan, so ready na ba kayo? Ito muna ang ating One for the Books.
Here's One for the Books. One for the Books. One for the Books.
Magkaka-idea na kayo dahil alam nyo ba, ang billiards or pool ay nagsimula bilang isang lawn game na nilalaro lamang sa Northern Europe noong 14th century. Ang billiards din ang tinaguri ang pinaka-safe na sports sa buong mundo. Naku, kaya naman kahit saan ka pumunta, di ba? Ang dami ang naglalaro ng billiards. Ayan po ang ating One for the Books.
Here's One for the Books. One for the Books. One for the Books.
Alam nyo rin ba na ang billiards ang unang sport na nagkaroon ng World Championship? Ito ay napanalunan ni William Cook noong 1873. Another One for the Books.
Here's One for the Books. One for the Books. One for the Books.
Diba, meron tong may mga 9 ball, 12 balls. Tama ba ako? Ang alam ka, may ganun ba? Ako alam ko lang yung taga-ayos nung spatter. 8 ball pala, 9 ball. Natatawa tuloy si Miss Rubilen. Obvious na hindi ako naglalaro. Ako kasi yung taga-ayos lang nung spatter, right? Diba? Pero ito muna, bago natin alamin lahat yan tungkol dyan sa billiards, ang term na pool room ngayon ay ang lugar kung saan nilalaro ang billiards. Ngunit nung 19th century, ang term na pool room ay lugar kung saan nagaganap ang betting sa horse racing. Another One for the Books, kaya mga kabahagi and kawan, huwag kayong bibitiw. Magbabalik po ang inyong sports-minded at sa aking pagbabalik, ipapakilala ko na po sa inyo ang ating guest for today dito lang sa Radyo Pilipino and 1FM. Welcome back to Sports Minded. Of course, eto na ang ating mga guests ngayong araw na ito. Papakilala ko muna sa inyo ang kanilang mga highlights lang sa kanilang career. Unahin natin ang 2-time EasyPoolTutor.com champion 2005-2006. Siya po ay National Billiard Association Mixed Doubles Champion 2005. 2-time Billiarista.com champion 2017-2022. WIPA February 2019 champion. MAPA December 2022 9-Ball Tour champion. 2019 SEA Games Q Sports Assistant Tournament Director. Co-founder and President Metro East Billiarista Club. Established 2016. Co-founder and Tournament Director Amit Cup. Established 2022. Let's all welcome Mr. Ren De Vera.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity.
Hello. And ito pa, Hindi po siya nag-iisa dahil not just once but two po ang ating guest for today. Ito na po ang ating susunod na guest, 3 times World 10 Ball Champion, World Teams Champion with Carlo Biado, twice World Mixed Doubles Champion with Efren Bata Reyes, 10 times SEA Games Gold Medalist, 2009 PSA Athlete of the Year, 2022 Towns Awardee, and co-founder ng Amit Cup. Let's all welcome mga kabahagit kawan, Miss Rubilen Amit, ang ating po mga professional Filipino billiards player. Welcome to Sports Minded. Kamusta kayo, Ren and Bing? Siguro unahin muna natin si ladies first. Ayan. Bing, how are you? Kamusta ba? Siguro isang tanong na lang for the two of you. Kamusta kayo? Tell us your story. Saan ba kayo lumaki? Magkasabay ba kayo? Magkapares ba kayo ng probinsya? And how was your childhood? Kayong dalawa. Let's, unahin natin si Bing.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having us on your program. And sa lahat po ng, for those who are watching, hi, good day to everyone. Doing well, ma'am. And to answer your question, I was born in Cebu po. And I started when I was 12 years old. Actually, yung first sport ko talaga, I always mention this, ang first sport ko talaga was basketball. Because I grew up with yung uncle ko and yung cousins ko who are basketball players and a basketball coach in Cebu. But unfortunately, hindi ako tumangkat. So, medyo shift.
Okay.
And then I was always with my dad kasi yung dad ko nahilig din sa billiards. Although he wasn't really yung serious about the sport. It was more of siguro nakita niya yung potential ko and sila ng mom ko really supported me. Kaya I feel na everything that lahat ng achievements ko is really because of them. Kasi sila talaga yung support at a time where billiards was considered a vice. Especially before, parang sabihin, hindi siguro nakapag-bulakbol siguro sa school, gano'n.
Yeah.
But my parents didn't hinder me from playing. In fact, sila pa talaga yung mas
naging supportive pa.
Yes, with the condition lang na I-finish. So, which I did. Graduated in UST, DSN Accountancy. So, yeah.
Ayun, wow. Cebuano ka palagid. Aba, maayong adlaw. Mayroon tayong station sa Cebu. DYRB Cebu. You can greet it yung ating mga kababayan o kabahaging Cebuano, Bing.
May hapon sa inyong tanan diha. I hope na everybody's doing well. And fluent ko sa Bisaya. Kung nalay kastorya yun na converse with. I'm very fluent in Cebuano.
Kaya pala. Ayun. How about to you, Ren? Ikaw, saan ka ba lumaki?
Actually, hindi naman ako lumaki din. Pero linawin ko lang din I think we were referred to both as professional players. I'd like to clarify na si Rubilen.
Si Rubilen, yung professional
ako more of a professional enthusiast more than anything.
Okay.
I was born in Marikina. I lived in Marikina until I was 27, I think, and then we moved to Pasig, and here I'm still here in Pasig City.
Okay.
So talaga?
Manila boy.
Yes, NCR boy talaga.
NCR boy. Oo.
Interestingly enough, kami ni Rubilen same kami ng first sport. Ako basketball din, and also same din, hindi ako tumang. So eventually nag-gravitate ako around 4th year high school to billiards kasi yun naman talaga yung sikat na sport pagka nasa high school ka dito sa Pilipinas. Yun yung pinaka-accessible. At the time, it wasn't really a sport pero yun yung pinaka-accessible na libangan. And I played for fun with friends and then napansin ko lang eventually ako na lang yung natira dun sa friends ko naglalaro. And hindi ko napansin, in love na pala ako dun sa sports.
Dun sa sports.
So, I've been involved in it in most ways and most passions ever since. So now I'm more nasa side na ako as an amateur player, and also I help as much as I can help grow the community and the sport. as much as I can.
So it's more on the friends influence, yung pagiging mga
It
billiard.
started out that way, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oo. Like, to you, Bing, how old are you when you started sa billiard? Ayun nga, like you mentioned, di ba, 12?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was 12 years
So
old.
aside from you, is there in the family pa, Ren, also, that is into billiards?
Ako ba? I started out playing kasi my mahilig din yung dad ko.
Aha.
So, the first pictures I have of me playing billiards was with my dad. So, yun. Pero talaga main influence niyan talaga actually yung mga barkada ko
Mga
nung high
friends,
school.
oo.
Kasi yun lang yung ginagawa nila. So, I stuck with them playing. At first, hindi ko nga pinapansin yung table kahit pag niyaya ako to a house, tapos may bilyaran, gano'n yung house. Hindi ko pinapansin kasi hindi ko naman alam yung sport.
Yeah.
Pero yun, eventually, siguro, nasanay na ako with the sport. And
Yeah.
I haven't stopped playing since.
How about you, Bing? Is there in the family na into billiards?
Uncles and my dad.
Oo.
Yung uncle ko had a billiard table at home in Cebu. Tapos we would always spend the weekend at their place.
Okay.
So it's either we would play basketball or we would play billiards. Pero it was too short then eh. So parang on basketball talaga. And then my dad got into billiards. Tapos I'd always accompany my dad. We would always go to baseline. I don't know if, but it's like a sports complex in Mango Avenue in Cebu. Tapos, yun, until such a point na nainis na yung mom ko because my dad and I were always out.
Uh-huh.
And so my mom bought a billiard table for us to stay at home
Oh, so
and play at home.
so
So that's how,
started.
opo. But it was how, but I would say things got more serious in terms of yung sa sport. But it was really my dad. Eh. I don't think I'd be this serious if it wasn't for my dad. Kasi I just looked at it as something na parang it's a sport. And then we transferred to Manila after graduating elementary. I studied high school here na eh. So that's when it started. There were a lot of amateur tournaments here in Manila. That was the start of the boom ng billiards. So my family would always encourage me to the na just for me to join, may premyo na ako from them. They would
Okay.
give me a shirt or give me something.
Oh, yun yung
Ganun,
nag-encourage
ganun sila.
Oo, oo.
Oo. And then my dad would drive me to everywhere. I live in the south. We would go after school Friday kasi doon ang start ng tournament before. Di ba yan? No?
Oo.
Friday night. We would go to Mega Mall. We would go to Godsons and QC. We would go
Para
to everywhere.
maglaro.
All the,
Oo.
para magsumali ng tournament po. And then my mom is a financier. She would pay all the entry fees.
Oo.
Pag natalo, the table fees. And then my brother would, malayo gap namin ng brother ko. So he would just be around. So it was like a family affair for us.
Oo.
So family bonding yun for us.
Follow-up question lang to you, Bing, no? Anong meron sa billiards? Like, why did you concentrate sa billiards? Knowing naman na it's dominated by, syempre, kalalakihan, di ba? Hindi ka ba sinasabihan na bakit panlalaking sports ang nagustuhan mo?
Well, basketball din kasi when I started, it was really a male, talaga na sport. Nung sumasali ako sa barangay sa Cebu, ako lang minsan yung babae sa buong liga. And then, when I started playing sa tournaments, amateur tournaments, wala rin nga masyadong babaeng sumasali. Konting-konti lang. There would only be like 2 or 3 of us. Or minsan ako lang mag-isa.
Oo.
The thing is, my family didn't make me feel na I was less of a player because I'm a woman. Or I'm a girl. So I was young then. I was 12, 13. Parang feeling ko even playing field lang siya. And then, actually, mas pressured pa nga yung lalaki kasi kalaban nila batang babae. Minsan naka-shorts lang, napaka-unaware.
Yeah.
And then, yun, pag natalo, asar talo sila sa barkada niya. Kasi, barka-barkada nga talaga rin, di ba? Before, pag pupunta ng bilyaran, barka-barkada. So, pag kalaban ko, kabarkada nila, pare, pag yan, natalo ka pa sa batang babae. Hindi doble yung pressure ng lalaki.
Yes, oo.
So, that was, I didn't really feel na there's a difference ng babae sa lalaki.
So, wala naman. What was your, for the two of you, what and when was your first professional competition? Bata pa ba kayo nun? Or at what age nanalo kayo or natalo? Who'll answer first? How about you, Ren?
Wait. If you mean yung first na serious
competition.
Yes.
Yes.
Kasi I've played in a few professional events pero not with the expectation of actually winning. Pero yung in terms of yung in my life, the first ever na competition that really got me feeling na parang wow, this is different. I'd say yung when I joined easypoolshooter.com kasi at the time, nabanggit nga ni Bing kanina, swerte din kami kasi we got into the sport around the time na nag-boom yung billiard. So the vibe and the energy of the Filipino community at the time was like, oh, bilyar. So at the time, wala pa namang social media. Merong mga forums lang for enthusiasts. So doon ko nahanap yung easypoolshooter.com. And I was lucky enough to be part of it kasi super enthusiastic nga yung members doon and they took running tournaments seriously. I learned a lot from them. So I didn't win agad or anything. Pero just being part of such a good community really got me interested in the sport.
Okay. How about you, Bing?
My first professional tournament was after graduating. Siguro kating-kating na yung father ko na palaro ako sa international.
Okay.
Kasi I really wanted a corporate job, corporate route. But my dad wanted me to play billiards, to continue playing. So my first was back in 2002, right after graduating. Right after graduating college. There was a tournament in Singapore. That was the Asian Pool Championships. It was a tournament in Singapore, and then so it was my first time to join. I didn't have any expectation. I was just there playing, and then naalala ko lang was that after winning, so I was so lucky na my first international, my first professional, and I won the tournament. I won sa women's side, and Tatay Efren Bata Reyes won the men's side. And when I came home, my parents were so happy. They were outside the airport. Hindi ako makalabas kasi nahihiya ako. Kasi ang laki ng banner nila. Yung banner before, di ba? Hindi naman yun yung tarp na pinrint. Yung talagang hand-painted na banner. Yung old school na banner. Talagang laki-laki. Tapos sabi ni Tatay Efren, tara, labas na tayo. Ikaw ko lumabas. Hiyang-hiya ako kasi sobrang proud ng
Siyempre, proud parents Oo.
Yeah, sobrang proud sila. Kaya, talaga, I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful for them.
Alam niyo naman ang mga magulang natin 'di ba? Kapag ganyang konting maliit na achievement, malaki man or maliit, talagang sila sobrang proud sa atin. What more pa yung achievement mo na 'yon, 'di ba? Oo. You guys, syempre, alam niyo naman yung Jolens, 'di ba? If yes, sa tingin mo ba may similarity ba siya sa billiards na pag-hit din dun sa ball, 'di ba? Para ipapasok mo rin siya dun sa shoot din Is there meron bang resemblance? Like you're playing Jolens and playing billiards?
I think so. There are few sports lang naman kasi where you are using one ball to influence the path of another ball. I think there are similarities kasi anytime you're dealing with that dynamic, you have to deal with the spin, the power, the speed you apply. So yes, there are similarities naman. So I'd say so.
Yeah.
So
hand and eye coordination. Kaya
good practice ba 'yon na bata ka pa lang magaling ka ng umasinta? Ayan.
Pwede.
'Di ba?
Pwede kasi yung depth perception mo rin.
Oo.
Yung pagtansya mo of things. And also to mention, a lot of people back in the day, like with me also, me included, I started with yung makeshift na pool table, yung maliit.
Yung maliit, yung parang laruan lang.
Oo, and then yung uncle ko kasi gumagawa siya ng mga aayos ng mga woodworks. Ginawa niya kami magpipinsa kasi hindi na namin abot yung billiard table. So ginawan kami ng tawag doon? Pool?
Yung pool.
Pool. Ginawan kami. And then yung banda pa namin, makapal na rubber po. Yun yung nandun sa banda. Tapos pollen. Sobrang addict ko sa billiards. I would have a billiard table na ganyan. Yung hinihila.
Talagang tiyagaan.
Meron din ako nun. Okay. Yung may spring.
May spring. Meron ako nun. Dinadala ko sa school. Meron akong ganun. And then sa kwarto ko, meron ako nung billiard table na siguro mga ganun kalaki. Around 18 by, I don't know, 18 by 9 or, no, 18 by 6, mga ganun. And then meron akong billiard table na malaki outside the house. I always had a billiard table with me.
Talagang kahit saan ka ha,
Yes.
nandun na yung pagkahilig nyo dun sa sport. Ayan, and
Yes.
speaking of, syempre, ganyan, mahilig ka na, dahil you're competing, let's move on dun sa competition. Diba? You guys, how do you prepare yourself if there's a competition? Bawal ba ang pasmado? But, before you answer that, we'll just pause for a short break. Magbabalik po ang Sports Minded. And welcome back to Sports Minded with me, Cathy G, and of course, Ren and Bing, syempre, sa ating pong pinag-uusapan ngayon na billiards. Ayan ha, syempre, marami ang mahilig sa billiards, di ba? Mapabata, matanda, talaga naman kapag sila kumpare, ganyan di ba? Yun yung isa sa mga pastime talaga, billiards Aside from basketball, billiards and boxing, yan talaga yung mga hilig, di ba? Oo. Ayun, going back doon sa ating question before we pause for a break, yun nga yung competition. How do you prepare yourself, guys, kapag may laro? Bawal ba pasmado kapag ikaw ay billiards player?
Hindi naman. I wouldn't say. Actually, marami akong kilalang pasmado na players na tinatalo ako lagi.
Okay.
So, I think ang pinaka-importante naman doon is yun nga, preparation. I think pareho kami ng philosophy ni Bing in this sense kasi we take our preparations for each event very seriously and usually a month or months in advance kasi you have to condition yourself to be in the right frame of mind and also physically be ready kasi for one thing kaya ako rin na-appreciate tong sport na to kasi it's very demanding. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of maintenance in terms of keeping your skills up constantly. Kasi magpahinga ka lang like for less than a month, pwedeng mag-dip na yung laro mo talaga. So it's a very precise sport. So with me, I try to practice and keep my game up at least a month in advance. And I try to practice at around the same time na magko-compete ako in conditions and on tables and in environments that are similar to kailangan ko rin scout talaga yung conditions ng actual tour, ganun. So, and also, 1 week into the event, wala na ako masyadong ibang iniintindi.
How about you, Bing?
I think si Ren mentioned
The same.
preparation. Yeah, in terms of like, of course, keeping yourself fit and being mentally prepared to compete. And for me, it's really knowing yourself. Kasi when you go into competition, what works for this player not necessarily will work for you. So it's more of a trial and error thing. And with me naman, I have a program. I have it could be longer, but it depends. I just tweak it depending on the amount of time na I have to prepare for a certain event.
Yeah.
So I have yung pinaka niya is a 6-week program. So there's part wherein I keep on improving my game, and then the first 3 weeks I just keep on improving the things that I feel na I need improvement. And then the next 2 weeks is I try to simulate, like for example, what kind of cloth is being used, kind of balls,
So lahat yun.
the humidity, the temperature, kasi it affects if the humidity, pag medyo humid, so iba yung takbo, like in golf, pag medyo umulan, so iba na yung takbo, yung roll ng bola. The temperature, if it's cold, the banda reacts differently.
Okay.
So the angle, it changes. So, and then the last week is tapering. So tapering for me is really, it's my way of telling myself na you're already prepared. Whatever you lack, God will provide. Kasi before, when I was new to competing, I would prepare until the last moment. And what I noticed is that feeling ko nagka-cram ako
Uh-huh.
So, pagdating ng competition, parang feeling ko hindi pa rin ako prepared. So, what I did was, the last week before competition, tapering, it's me saying na, okay na, you're set. Go and compete. Whatever the result is, it's a win. It's a win for you.
Ganun pala, no? Ngayon lang natin nalaman na may effect pala ang weather dun sa bola.
Yes.
Oo, may impact
Yes,
pala
definitely.
yun, no? Oo, ngayon lang di ba? Kasi kala natin anywhere you go, di ba? Na parang okay lang kasi bola naman yun nasa table eh. So, there's an effect din pala doon. And you've mentioned the angling, di ba? Dapat ba daw magaling ka sa math para alam mo yung mga angling? It's like playing chess eh. Sabi nila, pag magaling ka sa math and science, magaling ka sa chess. Same thing din ba sa pagbibilliards kasi may angling yan eh. So you have to be good in math din ba? No, not necessarily, lalo na accounting graduate. And how about you, Ren?
I think it doesn't hurt, kung merong kang fluency in math, specifically geometry and stuff like that, so physics, ganun. It doesn't hurt. But I can also say na the playing billiards can make sense to you even if hindi ka nag-aaral. I can honestly say. Kasi I call it ball sense. If you can make sense of what happens sa physics and sa basta sa mangyayari dun sa interactions ng mga bola at sa banda sa billiards, it can sometimes be a talent eh. I know a few people who aren't really that formally educated pero ang galing and creative nila when it comes to playing billiards. So it's just one of those things eh.
Oo. Like Efren Bata Reyes, the magician.
Yes, exactly.
Diba?
Exactly.
Oo. How about you, Rep? Bing, dun nga, like you, syempre, advantage ba yun?
I
Kahit
guess,
paano?
parang somehow you have a base point na meron ng idea. But it's a plus. But tama po yung sinabi ni Ren na not necessarily kasi a lot of players na nakikita namin talagang through experience din. They've learned it through experience, through trial and error.
Yeah.
So there.
Ayun. Eto curious lang ako kasi we have a billiards dun sa sister ko in the States. So we used to play billiards and also nung mga pinsan ko may billiards table sila. Ayun nga, sabi ko nga nagiging spotter pa ako minsan, kami magpipinsan eh. May right ba? May tamang position ba? For the benefit of those who are watching sa Facebook and YouTube also, and siguro I'll just say na lang, baka pwede nyo naman kami, may tama bang hawak ng stick, yung cue stick? Papaano ba? Kasi di ba, parang ano ba yung pinapatong dito, yung ganun? Or
bridge.
Or dapat ba, madalas nakikita natin nasa ilalim ng chin, naka-align? So what's the proper?
You want me to go first?
Sige,
go ahead.
Rub.
Meron pong I would say, fundamentals.
Aha.
Wherein you could follow it. Like, as you mentioned, under the chin. Actually, it's under the chin because of your dominant eye.
Okay.
So, when it comes to the bridge hand, it depends also on the type of shot that you're doing. Meron pong like, how would I say it? Like a guide, like a reference. But not necessarily you have to follow it. Kasi we have to also take into consideration that we have different body types, especially men and women. Kasi we have breasts.
Yeah.
So of course, it kind of hinders yung cue if you really follow it and if you feel it na doon sa alignment na yun. And if it hits our body, kasi ang galing eh, it really protects us. So if you try to do it and then it hits, automatically your body adjusts.
Okay.
So when you shoot it, hindi magiging accurate yung shot. So yun po yung actually there are a lot of YouTube videos wherein you would see na this is the way on how to do it.
Okay,
the fundamentals of billiards. You could try and then see kung saan mas okay for you.
So, pwede ba yun? Kasi di ba parang yung iba, eto yung di ba minsan ganon, sinushoot. Or iba naman nakapatong. Which is, ano ba talaga? Either or ba yun kung saan ka comfortable?
Yes, it depends po. Like I mentioned po, like for example, if you want to hit a strong shot, then you have the closed bridge. Kasi mas accurate siya. Yung movement of the cue, mas malilesen. But some would prefer yung open bridge.
Okay.
Kasi mas walang yung, how do you say it? Yung when you aim, mas kitang-kita
Mas
nila.
kita, walang
Oo.
harang.
Walang harang. So it really depends on where you're comfortable and without sacrificing accuracy.
Eto, curious lang ako. Kasi 'di ba may mga napapanood tayo, may mga nakatalikod pa, may mga pa-exhibition pa. Like, is that totoo ba talaga na kailangan meron pa sumasampa sa billiards table just to hit the ball, or sometimes patalikod na tira, 'di ba? Something like that. It happens ba talaga? Or
Correct.
just for the movie or television?
I think for the most part talaga may required din naman yung ibang stuff na yun. Merong parts na may kita naman tayo na talagang pang ano na lang talaga, pang pelikula siguro or whatever.
Yeah.
Pero I can confirm naman na merong mga posisyon na sa pagtira sa bilyar ko lang nakikita. So yes.
Ayun. So pwede pala din. Eto, for Bing, of course, ikaw ang first Filipina pool athlete to win a world championship. Not just once, but nasundan pa. Anong pakiramdam?
It has always been my dream na to win a world championship title because we don't have the Olympics sa sport namin. So, parang ito na yung pinaka, I would say, the biggest for us. Alam nyo, the first one, alam niyo yung parang akala mo masosolve lahat ng problema mo pag nanalo ka ng World Championship title.
Okay.
But then, after winning it, parang it magnifies how you are. So, at that time kasi, I wasn't siguro, pati ako parang na-surprise. So, all my insecurities, all my everything, parang feel ko champa lang, and all these things. So, I kept on trying to prove myself right after winning the World Championship. Parang yun nga like now, I'm in the position we're in. Meron kami mga other lady players or younger players who want to also win a title, a major title. I would always say, huwag ka magmadali because it won't solve everything. Winning a world title only magnifies how you are.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself para when you win the title, hinog ka na.
Correct.
You really enjoy the moment. Kasi when I won my second world title, that was when I said to myself na mas na-appreciate ko yung moment. And yun nga akala mo talaga sobrang life-changing and all. But honestly it's just a couple of seconds. Yung sobrang high, it's a couple of seconds. And then you're back to reality. You're back to the grind. You're back doble trabaho because you have more.
Correct.
Yeah, you have more responsibilities. Both sa paglalaro and in being somehow and being an example to those who want to win the same thing na you've won.
Siyempre, may pressure na, kumbaga napatunayan mo na So, kailangan mas doble. Na kailangan mas ibigay mo pa yung best mo or else parang, yun nga, I would say na parang, baka nakachamba nga lang, di ba, yung ganon. But, so you have to work harder para mas ma-prove sa kanila na, eto talaga, akin talaga, eto talaga yung ginawa ko. Ano masasabi nyo dun sa mga natutunan nyo sa sports na billiards na pwede nyong i-apply in your everyday life?
So, one thing I learned talaga from billiards na na-apply ko sa buhay ko, although a little bit later than I should have, is learning the failure is okay. Kasi this is a very demanding sport. It's a very precise sport. And I used to be the type of person na pag nagkamali ako with doing something, titigil ko na Pero you learn in billiards na success is found in learning from your mistake. And it's something I learned and it's something that I've applied and has helped me tremendously moving forward. Kasi talaga sa bilyar, the more mistakes you make, the stronger and the more you learn from them, the stronger a player you become afterwards. It's a very tactical sport. So it's very demanding sport. There.
How about you, Bing?
For me po, siguro a few key for me is that first is to really know yourself. Because especially when you're competing, may times na you get to question things. And then if hindi mo kilala yung sarili mo, that's when you get, sometimes, pag sobrang na-disappoint ka, sometimes parang you'd end up, I know players na tumigil na lang, hindi na naglaro. So, yun, it's one of the things. And then, second is to know what gives you peace. Kasi in this game, sa billiards, it's really a mental game.
Yeah.
And the more peaceful you are, the more you're able to bring out your game.
Yeah.
As I mentioned kanina, like in my first few years, I was trying to prove myself and all this and all that. Mas lalong nahihirapan ako to perform. But when I realized what gives me peace, which is my faith, that's when I was able to just surrender and trust in the plan and just being able to appreciate the moment and just to express myself through playing. And then last siguro would be the gap. So, because when you play, meron talagang moments. Ang tawag minsan nga sa billiards is season. For me, it's a gap. Meron minsan na from one win to the next one, may gap. Appreciate the gap. Because that's what will make you consistent. It's something na the winning part kasi madali eh. The emotions, everything. You win a prize money. But when you're in that season na nandun ka sa gap, appreciate it. Grabe yung lesson. Grabe yung lesson na makukuha mo dun.
Alam mo, bawat laro naman talaga, bawat sports na ating ginagalawan, talagang yun yung nagbi-build sa atin or nagtuturo sa atin kung paano maging tayo talaga. Diba? But I have so many questions to ask pa sana. Kaya lang, meron na rin tayong mga questions coming from our listeners. Kaya naman, we'll just pause for a short break again. Magbabalik po ang Sports Minded sa ating pagbabalik ang ating Slumbook at Fast Break dito lang yan sa Radyo Pilipino and 1FM. At nagbabalik po tayo dito sa Sports Minded. Handa na ba kayo makipag-compete, makipaglaro ng billiards? O alam nyo na yung mga technique kanina, sinabi na sa inyo, paano yung mga hand, paghawak-hawak din, kahit paano, dapat alam nyo na. O, diba? But eto na po, let's get ready sa ating Slumbook.
Slambook! Slambook!
Sabi ni Romel Lapus, para po sa inyo, anong meron sa pool na wala sa ibang sports?
Ako kasi ang nabanggit ko nga kanina, aside from Jolens, it's one of the few sports where you're trying to control more than one ball at the same time. So, you're trying to influence the cue ball, yung pato, para mahulog mo yung ibang bola. Tapos, generally, like in golf kasi, golf is very difficult, yes, but you're dealing with one ball going into a hole. So, ang bilyar kasi, kailangan tamaan mo yung isang bola para tamaan yung isa pang bola para mahulog. So I think that lends more, hindi na more, pero a lot of difficulty in what you have to do. So para sa akin yun yung isa sa mga qualities ng billiard makes it unique.
About sa'yo, Bing?
It's my first time to encounter that kind of question. Yung pinaka-difference between billiards and when it comes to equipment and all these, a lot of differences. But in terms of, for me kasi, it's always the concepts of things. And I feel na more than the difference, a lot of similarities the different sports. So right now, I couldn't think of any yet na talagang difference. But I will think of it. Para sa susunod, baka I'd be able to answer it.
Follow up ko na lang tong question. Sabi naman ni Ray Zafra, na marirecommend nyo po ba ang billiard sa mga taong malabo ang mata? Pwede rin.
Yes, definitely. Others po would wear prescription glasses. Even pros. Kaya yung mga prescription glasses nila mas medyo bigger.
Okay.
Kasi when you go down for your shot, para kita pa rin. That is following you. So, kita pa rin yung, I mean, if you use the normal, the normal size, pagka yung muko, and titira, hindi na, nawawala na
So, kailangan buo na para kitang-kita.
Medyo higher lang. Medyo
higher
higher lang po.
yung
So, like for example, ganito yung cut. Medyo a bit lang.
higher.
Higher lang po.
Sabi ni Mina ng Palawan, how far do you go when preparing for a shot? Hanggang sa susunod na bola lang ba? Sabi ni Rafi Legaspi, totoo bang addictive ang paglalaro ng pool?
Yes, definitely. Ang ko po dyan is I compare it with painting.
Uh-huh.
Na once you start painting or drawing, and then you use which one? The right side of your brain. And then parang everything just fades. And it becomes quiet. Yung po yung addictive. When everything becomes quiet, you're in a world wherein it's just you and you're just expressing yourself. Yung po sa akin yung addictive sa billiards.
Sabi ni Tess Villaflor, ano ang pinagkakaabalahan nyo maliban sa paglalaro ng billiards?
Primarily, I take care of my mom. So, ako lang kasi yung natitira pang single sa mga kapatid ko. So, ako yung nagde-dedicate ng oras to take care of my mom for the most part. Tapos other than playing talaga, yun na nga, kami ni Rubilen, ako, nagpapatakbo kasi ako ng tournaments for the most part to help grow the sport and specifically sa Amit Cup for the ladies. So,
how about you, Bing?
Aside from playing, which takes so much of my time, like ang schedule ko is almost halos playing, and then if I'm not playing, like if I go to the gym or if I go to swim or I do yoga, it's still about billiards. And I do vision training, sports vision training, which is also connected to billiards.
Talagang billiards.
Billiards po. Yes, being part of the national team. Being a national athlete, talagang yung dedication mo talaga.
Yes, exactly.
To give the best.
Tama.
Para to be able to represent your country well. So aside from that, I try to start some business. So medyo dito sa side kasi na to, medyo I'm really learning pa lang eh. So building businesses and then tournaments, organizing tournaments with Ren, and then a huge part din siguro in terms of yung mental wellness, but not really equating to the time being spent is being around loved ones, friends, and loved ones.
But do you plan on coaching also?
Yes, definitely. My dream is to have an academy, to have an Amit academy, to be able to guide and yung more on holistic po. Hindi lang, that's why I'm doing all these things also. Like I go to the gym, swimming, sports vision, because gusto ko sana in the future.
Para to prepare yourself. Yeah.
Yes, and also I do business para hoping na lahat ng mga nagkamali ako, maano ko din. Kasi dito sa billiards may prize money. So that once na may manalo man na I'll be able to share also my experiences dito sa on how to grow money.
Ito light question natin from Arthur ng Tarlac. Na-try nyo ba po yung pool table na may pulbos? Yung square and flat chips? Have you tried that? Nalaro nyo ba yun?
Yes. I think nabanggit kanina ni Bing.
Oo, ni Bing, I think Oo, di ba? Dun sa mga
pero ano yata yun? Pool na lang, yung
pizza?
ni Holland.
Yung Holland yung
pizza.
pero yung pizza, yung black na flat. Tama.
Oo, yung puro pulbos.
Puro pulbos. Si Jake ng Mindoro, sabi niya, which one do you think is more challenging? Yung 8 or 9 ball?
For me po, kasi if you prepare for an event, tapos yun na talaga yung nakasanayan mo. Since ako kasi I'm more of a 9-ball player. So, mas challenging sa akin yung 8-ball kasi parang maninibago ako when I play it. But I feel na if you really focus on it, then pwedeng mas maging easier siya as compared to 9-ball. But hindi because 9-ball is really open kasi. That's the of 9-ball eh. Sobrang open, sobrang luwag. So it's easier to run out as compared to 8-ball. Yeah.
Mike Salva says, ano yung sinakripisyo mo sa sports na billiards?
Ako, oras. Oras, especially with loved one. Ang yun ang pinaka na sacrifice. Kasi, talaga eh. I mean, hindi ko sure kay Bing pero for me, hindi naman ako super talented sa sport na to. I mean, I have a few talents within it. Pero requires a lot of time talaga to maintain your ability. So, you have to sacrifice a lot of time with friends and loved ones talaga. To the point na minsan, parang hindi ka na nag-e-exist sa kanila. So, yun yung pinaka-nasabi.
Busy ka na dun sa ano. How about you, Bing?
Ang dream ko po kasi talaga before was corporate. I wanted to be a CPA lawyer. So I guess yun. But hindi naman ako nagsisisi. Kasi I'm really happy with where I am now. And I really love what I do. I could go on playing for 10, 12 hours and I won't be complaining.
This one goes to Bing. How do you prepare yourself? May mga rituals ka ba? Lalo na kapag syempre sa you're representing the country. May mga rituals ka ba like pampaswerte? Kasi I believe na nung interview ko nun si Efren Bata, sabi niya, hindi daw siya naliligo. I don't know if it's true. Niloloko niya lang ata ako. Dino-joke niya ako.
Totoo.
He's not thinking about, kapag may competition siya, sabi niya, hindi ako naliligo. That's my secret. So totoo nga yun. Hindi niya ako binibiro doon. Oo.
Doubles po kami.
Oo. So, naamoy mo ba siya? Joke. Na hindi siya bago ligo. So, ikaw, do you have rituals din ba? Like, you have something to eat para pampaswerte? Or like yun nga, like him na is not taking a bath kapag siya ay may competition?
With me po, when it comes to rituals, it's more of, right before competing. Kasi kailangan ko talaga yung peace eh. Yung talaga for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, may prayer ako. May specific prayer ako na I say, which is basically what it says. What I pray for is, I tell God kung ano yung gusto ko. Sabi ko sa kanya, gusto ko manalo.
Mm-hmm.
Gusto ko sobrang perfect ng laro ko. Gusto ko yung break ko solid, yung safety ko, lock laging kalaban. Kasi I tell him everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ano yung gusto kong mangyari.
Yeah.
And then, sabi ko after na, of course, your plan will always be better. Your plan will always be the best in my life. So, I'd end saying na, help me to be able to trust and surrender. Trust and surrender sa plan nyo. And to be able to accept kung ano yung result. And after nun, gumagano ako. And then I end with being grateful. Thank you, Lord, for this venue. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. Thank you, Lord, for my opponent. Thank you. I say thank you. And then I'm at a place where I'm just grateful. I'm able to perform.
That's good. Pero yung food, how about food? Do you eat something na may
When it comes to food, I don't eat. I eat 2 hours before. Wala nang food intake.
Oh.
Sa liquid, as much as I could, 2.5 to 3 hours before. Kasi may wala pang time. May isang time out lang. May iba pa na walang time out. So you're not allowed to go on a bathroom break.
Oh, para hindi ka
or else you'll be penalized.
I see.
So, opo. Kaya ang ko po talaga is know yourself. Kasi not everybody will do the same thing. Iba kasi 1 hour before, pwede basta uminom eh. Minsan nga iba naglalaro, umiinom pa ng water. Or kung ano man yung gusto nilang inuman. With me, that's what works for me. So,
yun ang ginagawa mo na. How about yung kasi yung iba mga na-interview ko mga athlete, sabi nila they're wearing something like may mga neon color or they put something red in their pocket. How about you? Meron ka ba nilalagay? Or something hawak? Or papaswerte wearing something?
Pag finals, usually red. And then ngayon, meron akong nilalagay sa QQs. Yung eye, yung to repel negative energy. Kasi naniniwala kasi talaga ako na yung energy of people affect.
Correct. Oo, yung mga negative. I see. Ayun. Nako, alam nyo, Ren and Bing, ang dami pang questions dito coming from our listeners. Kaya lang, we cannot accommodate na lahat. Let's get ready sa ating Fast Break.
Fast Break. Fast Break. Fast Break.
Mabilisan tayo dito. Ladies first na lang. Unahin na natin si Bing, tapos si Ren. Alright. First question, solid or stripes?
Solid. Ikaw lang ba't ko sinabing ganun?
Ren. Ren, siguro follow up na lang.
Solid. Solid din.
Okay. 10 ball or 9 ball?
10 ball.
Ako din, 10 ball. Feeling ko pareho magiging sagot namin lahat.
Love life o career?
Pareho. Hand in hand. Sagot mo.
Parehos kayo, sabi mo.
It's complicated. Hindi. Kung kaya naman i-balance, yes, pareho.
I think you've answered this one. Yes or no, nakaka-addict ba ang billiards? I think Bing answered this one. Yes. Complete the sentence. Lagi kong pinagdadasal ang aking
Pamilya. I answered pamilya.
answered pamilya. And then, Ren.
Ako din, family.
Prutas o gulay?
Prutas.
Prutas din ako.
No sleep or no food?
Oh, hirap.
Ako no food.
Oh. No sleep. No sleep na lang over no food.
From 1 to 10, pala mo na. Gaano ka kagaling mag-pool? Rubilen. Or Rubilen?
Evaluate yung sarili ko.
10?
Ganon. Ako mga 5.
Oh, no
Hindi
one.
naman. Grabe ka naman. 8. Ako 8. Always room for improvement.
Sige.
What is your lucky number?
Ako 7.
28. So, cheesy.
City life or province life?
Now, city. But eventually, province.
Ako gusto ko tumira sa farm basta may internet tsaka may billiard table.
Ano ang motto nyo sa buhay? Bing.
What's my motto? What's my motto? Ewan niya, Bible verse na lang. Pwede ba?
O sige, go.
Yun na. I can do all things. I can do all things through Christ.
Ren.
Ako, ito very indicative of my life choices. There's only one way to find out. Yun yung motto ko sa buhay.
Kaya,
More time or more money?
more time.
Time.
Describe billiards in one word.
Complicated.
Ako, precise. Very precise.
Ayun. Thank you so much sa pagsagot, Ren and Bing, sa aming mga katanungan. Thank you so much for being a good sport. Ayan. At for spending your time with us. Of course, bago namin kay BT1, your final message muna. For those who are aspiring para maging isang Bing and isang Ren. Go ahead.
This is the perfect time to get into the sport, I think, kasi the sport is currently growing and the perception of it as a sport is also being solidified. So, and also I think there are more avenues to reach your goals now. So, tuloy nyo lang yon, sali lang kayo. And kung babae kayo, feel free to reach out sa Amit Cup
Yes,
Facebook page at kami ni Rubilen will be happy to accommodate you. So, shout out pala sa partner sponsor namin sa
Yeah,
Kara.
go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah.
How about
Thank
you? Bing.
Yeah.
Ano po, just enjoy the game and ang daming ma-offer ng billiards. It's a sport wherein continues talaga ang learning and it's kung anong kailangan mo, meron ng billiards. One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Anyway, but seriously, just enjoy the moment. And there's no secret formula. I'd always say this. Kasi people would say, oh, ginawa mo to win, ganyan. There's no secret formula because you really have to go out there and play and have that experience to be able to know what works and just enjoy the moment. Also yung kay Ren. Now is the perfect time kasi ang dami ngayong billiard halls. And again, if you're into the sport, join tournaments. Huwag po kayo mahiya. Lahat naman tayo nagsimula somewhere. So, just go out and play and just
Dugtong ko lang, how about for those parents na ang tingin sa billiards ay laro ng mga tambay, kaya kung minsan yung iba ayaw payagan yung mga anak nila, diba? Your
Yes,
advice to the
sige.
parents.
Ako na mauna, kambal ha.
Go ahead.
Sobrang I can relate to this. For me, ang laking factor ng parents ko para for me to reach yung mga narating ko. So, and the one thing which changed my mom's mind, because noong una, she was kind of hesitant. Dahil, yun nga, it's a man's world, ganyan. My grandmother talked to her and told her na, who are we to say no if it's God's will? If it's a God-given talent, who are we para pigilan mo? So, just please be supportive. And siguro if there's something na I may add, kasi nahirapan ako with my father dito is to know that this is a mental sport. So, pwedeng maging supportive, but of course may boundaries din na hindi naman sobrang ma-pressure yung bata. Kasi sa billiards talaga, lamang talagang talo. Even if you see yung ano namin ng mga, kahit kami na pros, if you look at our lineup ng mga nalaro, may panalo, but mas marami talagang talo. So it's really part of it. It's part of growth. So just support your children, win or lose, and just be there. Malaking bagay na po yan. Appreciate the effort, not the result.
Nice one. How about Ren?
I would say valid naman siya for the longest time, especially nung bata pa kami ni Bing. Pero I think times are changing. And people like myself and Bing are trying our hardest to take billiards to a more legitimate space. So, hindi lang naman kami, pero kasama na kami. And I think ang advice ko, give it a chance. You just have to find the right situation and group siguro to associate your children with the sport. So, yun. Given the right situation, it's a very legitimate and very fulfilling endeavor for your children. So, yun lang. You just have to pick the right people to choose.
Ayun. Thank you so much. Well said. Thank you so much to the two of you for spending your time with us. Maraming salamat and good luck sa inyo pang mga haharaping sasarguhin na mga bola. And of course to you, Bing, sa pag-represent ng ating country. Good luck to you at sa mga upcoming pa. Go for the gold pa. Marami pang gintong medalya na naghihintay sa inyo. Again, thank you so much, mga kabahagit kawan. Ren De Vera and of course Miss Rubilen Amit, our professional Filipino billiards player. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. This has been Cathy G. Until Saturday, always remember, as Team Notke says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Good day, everyone.